What is up, guys? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with the most popular series on this channel, the Future of Blank series. And today, we're taking a look at my home state, the great cheese state of Wisconsin. Now, before we start this video, hope you guys enjoy these type of videos. If you guys do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and yes, follow me at Alt Tech, follow me on my Twitter, and yes. So we have the state of Wisconsin. One of the most intriguing states in the United States, and a state where a lot of the election mafia are coping about this state's future. Now, oh, excuse me, I'm dying right now. Point is this. Wisconsin is a very, very blue-collar, working-class state. Want proof of it? Look at this for example. Just look at this map. Let's see here. Let's go to Brown County where Green Bay is. Only 30% of the population isn't working class. Let's go to the suburbs. Only 29% aren't working class. 29.7% now working class. Let's see here. Only 25% now working class. 32% not working class. 35, 29, 31, 44.5, 51, etc. So what does this tell you about the state? This alone should make people crap their pants if they're in the election mafia. Only 30% of Wisconsin, of all people that live in the state of Wisconsin, are not working class people. Now, what do I mean by working class people? People that do not have a bachelor's degree. So 30% of Wisconsin does have a bachelor's degree. 70% doesn't. And they're more working class. They are, in fact, working class voters. The working class, they are economically usually more populist and fairly conservative on social issues, especially in a state like Wisconsin. Now, you get a state like, let's say, Michigan, or even Minnesota is probably a better example. Not so much working class compared to Wisconsin. So, this is the intriguing part about Wisconsin. It's more closer in a lot of, education and demographics, closer to Iowa, the Dakotas even, than even states like Minnesota, Michigan, Illinois, Pennsylvania. It's one of those states that just defies all logic, where they're right in the middle of the Midwest. Yet they're closer to states that, not really in the Midwest, like the Dakotas, parts of Iowa. And Wisconsin is filled with one thing: small towns. This is the biggest misconception about the state of Wisconsin. You can just look at this map and be like, oh my goodness, Waukesha has one big city, and that's it. That's all the votes. No. Wisconsin is filled with nothing but small towns. Small towns dominate the state. Small towns are the suburbs around Green Bay. These aren't your traditional suburbs that you would see in Atlanta, that you would see even in Philly, or even Dallas for even. These are small towns that surround bigger cities that are considered suburbs. That is not a real suburb. They are not your traditional suburb. These voters in these quote-unquote suburbs are usually more economically nationalist, populist, blue-collar, while traditionally more socially conservative than those in traditional suburbs. And outside of Waukesha, which even then, that's just small towns dominate Waukesha County outside of Brooksfield and Waukesha City. It's nothing but small towns. That's the entirety of the state of Wisconsin. Now, you got two major cities in Madison and Milwaukee. But the thing with both of them is, one, Madison is just full of nut jobs. If you ever go to Wisconsin, avoid Dane County at all costs. There are some seriously insane people that live there. And I know people that are great people that live in Madison or Dane County. But dear Lord, some of those college students are completely insane. Just avoid Dane County if you ever come to Wisconsin. Alright? So just ignore Madison. Nobody cares about Dane County for politics. It's only like 20% of the vote anyways. Nobody cares. What does matter, however, is a place like Milwaukee, where Republicans could actually siphon up some votes. Trump got around 29.3% of the vote in Milwaukee. This is pathetic. When you realize Milwaukee is 31% not working class. So 69% of Milwaukee County, nice, is working class. 69%. And again, the big difference here, though, is you like the argument, well, this is more urban. This is a more urban area. True. But even if you just push for more school choice, that alone would help a lot of those inner city minorities that are working class voters. That alone would shift them Republican or get a real healthcare plan. Folks, go to Milwaukee for a second. The number one issue in Milwaukee is definitely healthcare. They don't care about any of these other issues. Do you notice when Republicans actually were about same with the Democrats on having no healthcare plan? Early 2000s? That was when they performed best in Milwaukee County. But now Democrats have a real healthcare plan. And that's what's turning up the vote in like places like Milwaukee, what's making Green Bay close. Oshkosh, Eau Claire. Republicans need just a real healthcare plan and keep pushing for school vouchers and school choice. Those are massive issues in Milwaukee, Green Bay, Eau Claire, Oshkosh. Madison, I don't even get started on that. That just ignore Madison. But if Republicans could continue their blue-collar message, keep on being socially traditional, fight for our culture, and get a real healthcare plan. Folks, instead of getting only 30% of Milwaukee County, you could crack 35%. Might not seem like that big of a deal when you realize that Biden only won the state by 20,000 votes. 5% swing in Milwaukee alone flips the state. But if you get a real healthcare plan, look at Grant County. It's almost 74% or 76% working class. And Trump only got 55% of the vote there. Even without a healthcare plan, these counties are just going to keep getting more and more Republican. The Fox Valley area, Fond du Lac, Winnebago, Kelmont, Outagamie, Brown. These are working class areas also. Folks, Brown County is a big misconception. It's only 70%. It's 70% working class. Yet you're telling me Trump could only get 52.7% here? A real healthcare plan and promoting school choice, and not just make it a back burner issue, make it one of the top issues, is going to make these margins way bigger. And you're going to flip even places like Eau Claire County, which, yeah, it's a little bit less working class than Milwaukee, but it's more rural and exurban than Milwaukee. So anyways, what is my determination? Well, you got a bunch of demographics in the state of Wisconsin. This state is nothing but rural. This state is filled with small towns, very rural, and very working class voters. They care about healthcare, school choice, and protecting our culture. So what is my decision? In the same environment with all these trends, and even places like Waukesha County, it's 44.5% not working class. Biden's around 38.8%. You really think you could do much better in Waukesha County than you already are? This was probably the best Democrats will do in Waukesha for a while. Most of the county is white working class voters. Ozaki, sure, maybe we'll flip in the future. Who knows? But even with that, these trends in Grant County, Crawford, Richland, Vernon, and places like La Crosse, Eau Claire, Douglas, the western half of the state, is going to be the future of who wins the state. And even the Fox Valley also. My final determination is I do believe in the future, Republicans will win the state of Wisconsin by 4 to 5%. If the same national environment happened 4 years from now. This was just a bunch of things happened all at once that caused the state to shift Democrat barely. And trust me, a lot of these voters, they're traditional culturally. They're socially conservative on a lot of issues, but they're economically nationalist. It's all going to come down to if Republicans get a real health care plan. Even tax credits would help them. But if they don't even get a health care plan, I still believe Republicans would win it by a very small margin. But either way, I do believe for the future, it will be a lean Republican state in the same national environment. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, smash a like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and yes. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.